We are back in court today for the Tupac murder trial, Nevada versus Keffe D, or Duane Davis. And we heard yesterday that there are over 5 hours of interviews, I guess there are multiple interviews, with detectives from 2008, 2009 that we are going to hear. These were not the federal proffers that we heard about at the beginning of the day yesterday. And yesterday and today have both been half court days, so the court can handle calendar. But these are not the federal proffers that were written down. These are proffers to LAPD and the Biggie Smalls murder task force that Keefe D gave, and then those got turned over later to Las Vegas PD. Now, what happened between them going to Las Vegas PD in like 2009 and 2026? Well, Keefe D wrote a book, but I'm real curious as to what happened when those reports were received and how we ended up with so long going by before we got here. So I'm curious. Hopefully we'll have an answer to that question by the end of trial. And one of the things the defense has been hammering on is, but what other evidence do you have that Keefe D was in Vegas other than what he said? What other evidence do we have to show that he was in Vegas? And that's information that we are absolutely waiting for as this trial goes forward. I guess we will see.
I want to take your attention to the summer of 1996, in particular the Lakewood Mall. Are you aware of an incident that took place at the Lakewood Mall in the summer of 1996?
Yes, I am.
How are you familiar with that event?
Because I was there.
Right.
And that summer of Lakewood Mall, what happened? What were you doing at Lakewood Mall?
One of our friends, he was going off to college, and he had went up there to grab some things to get prepared for college. So we
back to school shopping.
So at the Lakewood Mall, you were there with other Southside Crip members. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And was Orlando Anderson one of the people that were with you?
Yes, Orlando was with us.
Okay. And then did you happen to run in that day into people from Mob Piru or Death Row Records?
Yes, we did.
Can you tell us about that?
We basically were coming from different sides of the mall, and we're, walking towards each other. And I guess we basically seen each other simultaneously. You know what I mean? And we noticed people. They noticed us. They kept, coming our way. We kept coming that way. And a couple of words was exchanged once it got close enough. You know what I mean? And that's when the fight broke out.
So a fight broke out?
Yeah.
And by that, we're talking about people punching each other and tackling each other.
Yeah.
On the other side, were you aware of somebody by the name of Trayvon Lane there?
Yeah, I was aware of Trayvon, yeah.
And in particular, there's talk about a death row chain or medallion hanging from Trayvon Lane's neck. Did you see that?
Yeah, did I see the chain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen the chain.
Okay. During the fight, did anything happen to that chain?
Yeah, during the brawl, it came off his neck.
How'd that happen?
Now, let me ask you something about
was it
the
assisted
significance of
in coming off his neck?
Or something like that. Is there any special significance to taking somebody's chain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course.
Can you explain that?
I mean, that was their logo, and so it's like you taking that from them is
disrespect.
Like you got something, to at least harp about or to say, hey, look, I took this. That's all it would be.
Would it be considered disrespectful to rip somebody's chain off?
Yes.
How did that brawl end? Like what made you guys stop fighting?
Police?
Oh well, the police came. You know what I mean? The police came.
The police were already at the mall.
Separated the parties. They didn't even try to talk to nobody or nothing. They just wanted to get the situation under control. Everybody just
scatter.
Leave. Just get out of there. So that's what they did. They came in. It separated us basically. We went our way. They went their way.
Keefe, today what we're going to do, we're just going to go over with a fine-tooth comb the Las Vegas incident. We're going to draft up our report as regarding that specific thing. And then we're going to cover a few other things that we do have to emphasize to you that everything in this report has to be right on, because if down the road it's determined that some of these details are incorrect, then everything's off the table.
Why not hire Edie?
There's some problems, in my opinion, and this may not be.
This is interesting. Edie is the attorney that was at the other interviews. So yesterday we saw the witness asked quite a lot about, why did you guys tell him to not hire this attorney? And the witness was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. That wasn't me. And now we got Katie saying there's problems with Edie. So somebody did tell Keefe not to hire Edie. Does that make you think that Keefe's a bullshitter? Or does that make you think that what Keefe is saying is the truth, that this cop actually said, don't hire that lawyer? It wasn't the witness on the stand yesterday. It was the other dude.
There's some problems, in my opinion, and this may not be a shared opinion, but I just don't believe in Edie's ethics. I think he's a dirty attorney. I think that Edie will lie, cheat, and steal in order to get himself out of any kind of problem. I think that there was ethical problems with the way that he had Orlando testify on behalf of Suge Knight.
Oh boy.
And that whole thing is a problem we don't want to have to deal with.
It is a problem because it seems that they all believe that Edie knew that Orlando Anderson got jumped by Suge and brought Orlando Anderson to Suge's probation revocation hearing and had him get up on the stand and lie. Because he said, no, Suge didn't jump me. Suge was trying to help me. And Suge has had lawyers that have gone down for paying off witnesses, harassing witnesses, threatening witnesses, taking payment in narcotics, and more.
So Orlando shot across Dre?
He leaned over on the window, we rolled down the window, popped.
There was not one pop.
They would drove on my side, I would have popped them. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
Right.
If they were on my side, I would have popped them. He means shot. But they were on the other side.
So was there a second car behind you guys?
No, it was some girls hit that corner with us, dog, and we shot out their windows. I said, these bitches got more heart than the dudes, you know what I'm saying?
But any time was it this car behind you?
We heard from one of the witnesses that was in that convertible Sebring. They were trying to get the fuck out of there. Keefe D thinks that they were more involved. They were trying to GFO. I believed her testimony 100%.
Not at all.
None of the homies was behind. No, like 3 or 4 cars behind. Nothing like that.
Nothing.
Just one car.
Just one car. Then we hit the corner. The girl followed us, and we shot out her window. They got scared and stopped.
I don't think they shot out the window.
They won't let us know.
When you're out in New York, is that when you meet Puff out there?
Not doing that. I met him. He gave a party at some little club down in Santa Monica. Paradise.
On 24, was Paradise 24 used to be?
Yeah, it was Paradise, yeah. On Santa Monica. Right off Highland. That's where I met. First day I met Paul.
And Zip introduced you. This is my boy. What do you introduce him as? This is my friend. This is my nephew.
That's my boy.
This is my boy. They didn't see themselves as relatives or anything like that. Like that was his nephew, or is that how he acted towards him?
No, this is my boy. This Paul.
Oh, real quick, you said that Puff called you on the phone. You tell him I need like 50 tickets, and I'll, we'll make sure everything's cool out here. And that's the Anaheim concert.
Yeah.
Then when you go to that Anaheim concert, that's when you guys
That's
start
what he
talking.
said that in front of all the people. Andre Herrera, he was there.
Andre who?
Herrera. He was, yeah.
Herrera.
Yeah. But who else was in that room with him? It was just them two.
Hold on. Specifically, Andre Harrell, you.
About 40-some Southsiders.
He went from New York, Puffy, that was only Andre Harrell and him?
Yeah, Zip. We picked up Zip from the airport, Long Beach Airport.
Okay, so it's Harrell, you, Puffy, Zip, and a bunch of Southsiders. And what Puffy makes kind of an announcement?
Yeah, that was stupid as hell too, you know.
What did you actually
Tell us more about how you feel about Puffy, Keefe. Sure.
hear? What was the words? If, the best you can remember what he says.
Shit, he said he'd give us anything for them dudes there, you know? Yeah.
We'll give you anything for these guys' head.
All right. He's now starting to talk about the first time that Puffy said in front of a group of people, I'll give you anything to take out Suge and Tupac. That's what they're talking about now, which is why Keefe D was like, that was stupid as hell because there's so many people around.
Discussions regarding, I'll give you anything you guys want to take care of those guys. That's like a year and a half, 2 years before it ever actually happens.
Maybe about a year.
Well, he's killed in late '96.
Yeah.
So that would make this, it would have to be late.
95, late 95.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The first time it comes up, right.
Beat starts.
Yeah.
Comes all the way around. The summer go through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Concerts.
Tell us what happened that made it something other than just him frustrated and boasting. Now, I'll give you guys anything. I mean, what made it a specific, like, hey, I'm serious, I want you guys to kill these guys? I mean,
When he told me the greenbacks.
how'd that go? Like, what was the conversation?
And who's he?
Huh.
Puff said.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is specifically at greenbacks, right?
I would suspect that Speaker 1 and Speaker 2 are the feds that are in this interview. And of course, we know who the lawyer is. We know who Davis is, the defendant, and then the two LAPD cops. I imagine Speaker 1 and Speaker 2 are the feds. Hence, Speaker 1 and Speaker 2.
Yeah.
How's it go? How's the conversation go? I mean, okay, listen, I'll do it, but I need $500,000, or, you know, I've got somebody who will do it, but I need 300. I mean, we need really specific details regarding that.
Yeah, we wanted $1 million.
Okay.
Keffe D, we wanted $1
All right, so you
million.
meet him at Greenbacks for lunch or dinner or what?
This was dinner.
Okay.
Who else
Pastrami.
was there?
It's for pastrami is what you're going there for.
Shit, all of us, Corey, everybody.
And everybody's listening to this
I know,
conversation?
Huh?
Everybody's hearing this conversation between you and Puff?
What was he talking?
Talking to me.
So he tells you seriously, man, I need to get rid of these guys. I mean, he's looking at you in the eyes and
Yeah.
he's like scared.
Yeah. He's scary, dude.
Still is.
Yeah.
Still is.
When he asked about it, he always
They're talking about Puffy. He's scary, dude. This is Keffe D. He's scary, dude. Was it Dupree who said still is? Right.
Man, I need to get rid of these guys. I mean, he's looking at you in the eyes and
Yeah.
he's like scared.
Yeah. He's scary, dude.
still is.
Yeah.
Now, when he asked about it, he always said both of them. When he said should mostly, or he just always talking both of them.
That when he had his boy on after he made the record.
But before that, it was just should.
It's kind of crazy to hear Keffe D, who is like one of the top shot callers in the Southside Compton Crips, talking about how scary Diddy is. Right.
Yeah.
And then after Hit 'Em Up came out,
He's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that pissed
It just
him
gives
off.
So he's like,
it's
both.
interesting
Yeah.
context.
So there's got to be two separate conversations then.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Or yeah.
So was Anaheim was just about Suge?
Anaheim was about both of them.
Okay.
Anaheim was about both of them. And he said it in front of all those people. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
In Anaheim?
Yeah. Whole home full of Crips. You know, they motherfucker go after his ass. Yeah.
Okay, so he tells you, I need to get rid of him. At Greenbacks, doing him down the stairs, and you tell him, I do it for $1 million.
Yeah. Then when that shit popped off, he Zip like, shit, this y'all perfect, you know. Yeah, I'm like, man, we ain't got no pistols. He came over with pistols.
Okay, so he says, you tell him we'll do it for $1 million, and he's like, okay, I'll do it for $1 million.
Yeah.
He agrees. You shake on it or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
What happened?
Gentlemen, he like, man, we'll wipe their ass out quick. You know, it's nothing.
That's
See,
the
that's
agreement.
done, you know, that's easy.
We'll wipe them out real quick. That's easy. Done. We wanted $1 million. Done.
Did he front you any money or anything?
No, he didn't. Well, after it happened, he called, what's the name? Zip. Is that us? That us? That's us? And the broad was even calling Faith. Yeah, that's us. You know?
She wanted it done too?
She was calling Zip. Is that us? That's us? I'm like, yeah, that was us.
Was Keefe, I'm sorry, was Biggie ever involved in any of these conversations about hitting
No.
Tupac? Okay, it was always just
Puff.
Puff and Zip.
Yeah.
You think he knew about it, or he was just like, whatever, he's just doing his own thing?
He was like doing his own thing. Lance kind of kept him kind of
Out the way?
yeah.
So this is all Puffy's doing?
Yeah. Kobe was scared of the dude. Period.
Okay, so you guys make the deal for that, and then you guys aren't out in Vegas then with that intention. That's not why you're in
No,
Vegas.
we've been going to the fight since Pat days, you know, the 80s.
So y'all geared up to go to Vegas, and y'all was going anyway, not even knowing who else was going to be down
there.
there.
Nothing.
Not knowing if Pac and Suge was going to
We
be
didn't
down
have
there.
no pistol. We didn't have no pistols down there, and shit, it was right there. This is your perfect opportunity, baby.
That was Zip talking?
Yeah.
Because of what happened with Duane?
Yeah.
I think this is one of the reasons. I think there's a lot of reasons why we won't ever see Diddy prosecuted on this. But one of the things is Diddy asked them, I mean, I guess they could get him on solicitation of murder. He asked them to kill somebody, but Keefe D is the only one who they have. That's it. That's all they have. Because the counter argument to that is, but they didn't go out to Vegas with the intention to kill Suge and Tupac, and probably wouldn't have if the stuff with Orlando Anderson hadn't popped up. They didn't go out there with guns. They went out there to watch the fight. Then the stuff with Orlando Anderson pops off, and Zip is like, perfect opportunity. Two birds. You guys need to retaliate for what happened, and Puffy's going to pay you to take them out. So great. And that kind of undermines it. And then with no money changing hands, it's Keefe D's word for it. And that's about it. It's Keefe D's word for it. What else is there tying him to this? I don't even think they could prove that Diddy was at Greenblatt's with Keefe D or that they knew each other. I don't even know if there's any photos of him and Diddy together to prove any of this is true. So it becomes difficult to go after Puffy for this. That's problem number one. Problem number two is the feds were in this interview. The feds knew all of this when they prosecuted Diddy for everything else in the last trial. So you're going to have some real big issues with not charging him for stuff that you knew about unless something changes, unless something new happens. And the thing that's new that came out for Keefe D is that he put it in his book, which kind of opens the door to all of this being used against him. But he could have been a witness against Diddy because that's not using his own words against him. But they didn't. So there's a couple problems there.
Okay, so you guys are out in Vegas. You're there the night before the fight. The next morning or the next afternoon, Lane and them guys show up in the rented Cadillac, and you guys are all at the MGM. You guys go to the fight. Right, so lead us through it from there.
Okay,
You meet Zip out there.
yeah, it was Zip, we all rolled together. We Zip, Kev, it wasn't that. He just took off his Benz as fast as that, bro.
Oh, okay.
When we got our tickets, ooh. And,
Those are the tickets
our
for the
was,
fight.
like, separated. Lane went in.
The Tyson fight.
Everybody else went in, and boom, we went to eat. We was eating, and man, they came and said, "They just beat up Lane."
What restaurant were you guys at? Were you at? You remember? You was in the hotel lobby?
We was in the hotel, yeah,
Yeah,
the
restaurant.
MGM at the restaurant. Was it the cafe up there or something? It ain't
Yeah.
a jam. Huh?
Went to eat after the fight?
Yeah.
How come Lane wasn't with you?
Because we had, the scappers had different locations on the tickets.
You couldn't get them all in one place.
Yeah.
So you got separated. He went his way after the fight.
Yeah.
And he got caught up over there.
Yeah, we was ordering our food, and they like, man, Lane just got beat up. We all went, he was supposed to come to the restaurant too.
He just forgot or something?
Like, this is
They
separate.
seen his motherfucking ass and beat him up. He couldn't get there. Yeah.
Okay.
But on the surveillance, it seems like he's standing there waiting.
Hanging out.
He's hanging out. Like he wasn't on his way nowhere, walking.
Y'all seen us at the restaurant?
Well, yeah, they got video cameras all over them.
What restaurant were they at?
He was.
Y'all seen me?
He's like posted up.
It looked like he was looking at them.
Were they at one of the cafes that was inside the MGM? I'm really curious if this loops back around to them being at that Coyote Cafe that Lane was running to try to get into that he couldn't get into. I'm curious if they'll get back to that because they asked a lot about what cafes are here. I wonder if that's where they were eating or trying to eat. But they were also in the MGM.
Yeah. While I was waiting for him, you think?
I mean, I don't know. Well, he wasn't waiting for him.
That's what we're asking you. A lot of this,
You know, we be after the girls, man.
Yeah, but it seems like so you guys get your tickets from Shorty, you give them out. All right, we can't sit together, so let's all meet at this restaurant afterwards. All right, everybody bolts after the fight. Everybody comes back to the restaurant except Lane. Lane's standing by the doors. Why is Lane standing by the doors?
That's a good
Everybody
question.
else is on board, knowing to go to the restaurant.
I don't know what his thoughts was.
Okay.
Okay. But before that, before the fight, before Lando had, the beat down or whatever you want to call it, no beef with nobody as far as them. Did you guys even see Suge and them at all?
Yes.
Didn't see them, didn't nothing?
Yeah.
Nobody.
They were sitting like
here,
ringside though.
nothing?
Suge and Tupac, I think, were right ringside.
It would seem to me that Lane may be working his way over to the restaurant where he's trying to find you guys, but then he sees them. He knows automatically he's going to have beef with them just because of the mall incident.
Yeah.
So he may be just trying to
Post up,
trying to wait for you guys to pass by. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he probably looking for us. Yeah, you're right.
That would make some sense.
Don't offer him answers.
Then we ran into Zip and them in the lobby. That was the light-skinned kid that stopped us and talked. That was Ant. When y'all was watching, he stopped us to talk to us. And we met Zip and them in the lobby. We went all out to the parking lot to get the cars.
All right, you get cars and then Zip's in his Benz.
Yeah,
And who's in there? Foxy Brown?
yeah.
They keep going over and over and over this story.
Yeah, he told me to get the hell or something. Because he told me in the lobby that he had some Jimmys.
Some what?
Had a Jimmy.
He is not talking about what you put on your ice cream. You've got to remember, we have moved from trial in Massachusetts. We are not talking about what you put on ice cream. We are not talking about like hotel scrubs. When he is talking about Jimmy's, did you hear what he did with his pen? We're talking about Jimmy's. Guns. They're talking about guns. He's talking about guns.
Where does he get the gun from in the car?
A little secret compartment.
Popped up
Pop up. Yeah.
in the armrest.
Yeah.
Was it a Glock?
Yeah.
40?
Yeah. And I ain't ever told nobody that story.
Doesn't it feel good, man? Get it off your chest. It's been weighing you down, man, for 20 years.
I don't know who can I ask you one question though?
Oprah's going to be like, Mr. Davis, we really appreciate it.
Dupree talking about Oprah up in this interview. Oprah's going to be like, thank you, Mr. Davis, for helping us figure out who killed Tupac. I know you say it was your nephew, but thank you. Dupree. Damn.
Mr. Davis, we really appreciate it.
Dupree.
And then you give me like this. Read my book.
Whoever speaker one is, who I think is a Fed, listen to this. Oprah's going to be like, Mr. Davis, we really appreciate it. And the Fed's like, and then he'll be like, read my book. Fucking hell. This is December 2008. And then he'll be like, read my book. Well, how prophetic. Fed number one.
Okay, then you jump out of the car, and then what happens?
I got in the van with the busters. You know what I'm saying?
Who's in the van?
Right. The ones who got the cold feet.
Lane's in the van too at that time or no?
Oh, they in the Cadillac.
Okay, so Lane in Cadillac with T. Brown and Dre?
Yeah.
You know who's driving in? You drove off from the hotel.
T-Brown.
T-Brown was driving still.
Yeah.
T-Bone's driving a Cadillac.
This is 2 cars go to 662.
Yeah, the van and the Cadillac.
Go to 662. Yeah. I'm sorry, go on, Greg.
So when you guys leave the motel after you get the gun from Zip, you guys never go back to your rooms to discuss anything or anything at all. You go from the MGM, or I'm sorry, from the MGM out on the hunt for these guys. You guys never go back
We
to
went drop the girls off. Me and Lane did. We get in the car. We get in the fucking van. Go up to the 626 club. And Corey, oh, they gonna kill us, dog. You know that motherfucker. You know, got the police killing motherfuckers and all that. Man, you crazy. And fuck, dude, I know dude since we played fucking football. He's a bitch. You know. They got you scared.
Did you get in the van in the valet area of the MGM?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was driving that van? You probably already answered me.
It was either Cam or Corey.
Okay.
And when we went up to the 626 club, they didn't show up. We waited about 15, 20 minutes. They didn't show up. So it's like, let's go get some liquor. We stopped at the liquor store. I got out the van with their ass and jumped in the Cadillac. We rolled up, what was that? Was that Harmon?
There is a Harmon on there. Harmon Street's on there if you can see it. Should be a Harmon Street on there. Koval, Harmon.
And where did he get shot at? On Harmon, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. I think it's Flamingo and Harmon right there. Something like that.
No, it's on this street in Harmon. He got shot. Yeah, Koval. We was, I think it's Merlin Parkway or something like that. Is it called that? Yeah. I think the little liquor store was right there. Then we came up Harmon.
And it seems like this is where we're going to get him describing. They leave the 662 club because they get sick of waiting. They go to the liquor store. They're going to go back to the hotels and party. And then.
Got the Las Vegas Boulevard. And shit. Here they come in that BMW, like gang of cars. And brawls like, Tupac. And we like, there they go. Made a U-turn. We wasn't supposed to make a U-turn. We just wanted a U-turn. And they was in the middle lane. And we just pulled up on the side and checked every car to see where they was.
So what directed your attention to him was some girl shouting at Tupac?
Tupac! He gave himself away. Otherwise, they would have got away. He all hanging out the window. You know how he do. Oh, they was bitch. And we ain't got him.
You did a U-turn, so then you pull alongside of it. You guys are in the car. Have you already handed Lane the gun at this point, or at what point do you hand him the gun?
I thought he was gonna pull on my side. You know, that's my little nephew. I'm gonna look out for him. You know, and he pulled on their side.
So you were fitting to blast if you had to, or you were just?
Yeah, if we would have been on my side, I would have blasted.
Okay. So you hand the gun to the back seat.
Yeah.
You can hear Lane.
I gave it to Dre, and Dre was like, no. And Lane's like, dude, pop it.
Okay, Lane starts blasting. You say Suge looks over, he sees you.
Yeah.
He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Okay.
Why are you looking right at me?
Fucking known each other since we were 7, 8 years old.
When he looks over at you, and then, Tupac's busy getting shot. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out
In
of
the
the
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their
Jumping in.
car?
Kading's going off prior interviews of Keefe D, but I really wish he would make Keefe D explain it in this interview instead of continuing to say what he thinks happened or what happened in other interviews, and then Keefe D just saying, yeah.
I seen a bullet going Suge head. I thought he was dead.
You see his
He wasn't
head?
scraped, something in the head or something.
He a piece of glass went into his neck right here.
And he had a thing in his head.
Yeah, a little grade.
Yeah, he got a graze on his
Yeah, I
head.
thought he was dead.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, did you guys stop and keep up? Did Bolo stop the car and just let him get off?
Yeah. Then we made the right.
Okay, but he stopped for a few seconds while he boom, 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 got off, then he took off.
Then we made the right, and some bras in the sea breeze was following us. Stupid bitches. And we shot their window out, and they stopped.
I don't think you shot their window out.
So Tupac's trying to jump in the back seat. And what's Suge doing? Just ducking?
Ducking. He couldn't really duck because he was too big. Yeah.
You gonna take some more shots at Suge then?
How many rounds did you say he shot in Tupac in the car? If you had to,
About 6 or 7.
6? And then how many times did he shoot at the girl?
Twice.
Just twice. Okay. Afterwards, when you guys are rolling, just rolling to the hotel, you go straight back to the hotel?
I went and parked the car by the carriage house.
By the carriage house? Y'all dumped the car and just left it there for, I mean...
We left it there at the carriage, it's a parking lot on the opposite side of the carriage house. We left the car there and put the gun on the tire and left.
On the tire, front wheel tire, back tire, what?
The front tire.
And then left.
Left.
Was there any bullet holes in the car? Because somebody said somebody shot back at you from...
No, ain't nobody
Nothing like
shot.
that? No, there was never no bullet holes in the car?
Never.
Okay.
Which tire on the front? You're the passenger side or the...
Passenger side.
When Orlando was shooting, was the gun all the way out of the car? Or was it in the car at all? Do you remember?
We got the shells out of there, though.
Did you?
Yeah, we did.
It must have been partly out of the car because they recovered a number of casings. I think most of the casings were inside the car, but there were some that were out of the car.
On your way to park the car? When you were leaving to go park the car?
The next day.
I'm saying.
Both of them.
So the next day, oh, you didn't go back the next day?
We rolled back the next day.
The gun was gone?
The gun was on the tire.
The next day though?
I got in my car was, I was in a rental car. I don't know what they did with that after that.
Come on, Keefe, man, you just got this gun from Zip. You don't want him implicated in the shooting. Now you've got a loose end because you put the gun out there on the street like that. Could come back to Zip because we don't know, and you don't know at this time whether it's registered to him, his people, whatever.
Honestly,
that's kind of lame.
No, that's something.
Okay.
He don't give a fuck about Zip.
Yeah.
That's the lawyer.
At that time.
No, he don't think like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't thinking like that.
Well, why?
Higgins is the lawyer saying Keefe D don't give a fuck about Zip and then saying he just died. He's not thinking about that. But Kading asked a fair question at the point. So you get the gun from Zip and then y'all just leave it on top of a tire in the car that did the shooting? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Me and Lane drove back in the car, went on home.
Immediately after that?
No, the next day.
So what y'all do
At the jail.
after y'all left the gun on the tire? Where'd you guys go?
We smoked weed and drank.
Yeah.
Where? At the
What?
hotel?
It's all there.
They kept the partying on.
Y'all see the surveillance?
I don't know.
Okay, the carriage,
They
you
went to
guys
party.
park in that parking lot. Do you walk or does the van come by and you get in the van again?
No, we walked.
Okay, you walked over to the treasure or the Monte
We
Carlo.
walked right upside that Coca-Cola place. And it's a little crosswalk that goes straight to the Monte Carlo.
Okay, so you guys go back to your room.
And they pulled up in the ambulance while we was standing right there. Take our bullshit.
You guys on the street with
We on Las Vegas Boulevard at the crosswalk, and they pull up at the ambulance right next to us.
with him in the car already?
Locks in the car.
Tupac and Suge in the car.
And y'all just walked
This is close.
Did they see y'all? He couldn't see out the ambulance because he wasn't really hurt.
No, they couldn't see. We didn't give a fuck. We
They know
was
they
right-
said
I'm talking about the ambulance was parked right here. Right next to us. That shit was funny as a bubble. God.
So you guys continue, you party at the Monte Carlo, you go someplace else that night, you strip club or anything like that?
We was at the Monte Carlo.
Okay.
And you all four stayed together? Y'all four stayed together?
T Brown and you
Brown,
and Lane.
Ray.
All of us there, we stayed together.
By that time, the band had come back around.
And, yeah, they came back.
They came back. They met you at the
They didn't
hotel.
even know we did it.
Y'all didn't tell them nothing. Y'all just act like nothing was going on.
Nothing was
Let
going
me say
on.
something real quick. It's weird. I know how, like the way Greg probably said it, like, y'all just did this big thing, but to them, that dude's nothing.
Yeah.
Y'all don't care about him. They act
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I'm-
Y'all just act like he's a
Yeah.
big thing and nothing. They like, he's nothing. He's dead.
And when we got back, the war broke out.
Okay, so you get back to LA the next day, Zip calls you, says, meet me at the hot wing place, where at?
On the Melrose.
Right there by Peaks.
Melrose was brand.
You know where Peaks is?
Yeah.
This place is this.
Alright, so you guys go over there, Zip shows up, you guys, what happens after? What's the conversation with you and Zip?
He said, Puff kept on calling, was that us? That us? And he told him, yeah, it was us. Faye called him. Ooh. Said, we'll go get our little money. He said, all right, I'm going to go back out there. Ooh.
We're going to go get our
Okay,
little
so
money.
Puff called Zip and said, was that us? Faith called Zip and said, was that us?
Would you talk to Puff too?
Yeah.
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 So, when you're talking to Zip, when you're at the hot wing place talking to Zip,
Puff called. He
Puff
called
calls.
us. Yeah.
On Zip's phone or your
Oh,
phone?
zip on.
And Zip gives you the phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kept on saying, was that us? Zip was like, yeah, that's us.
So everybody was happy.
Yeah, man. They wanted, we needed some money, man, because y'all raided our house and took all our guns. You know what I'm saying?
So that when you talk to Puff on the phone, does he ask you, was that us?
Yeah.
And then you say, yeah. What's his response?
He was happy as hell, shit.
And did you ask him then about his money? About your money, I mean? When you gonna get paid or whatever?
No. I should say that on the phone. Zip, go get our cash. Yeah.
Zipline handled that part.
Yeah.
So you're willing to say that's
you
us
tell
on the
Zip when
phone,
you
but
get
you won't ask for your cash on the phone?
What does Zip say? I'm going to go back home and have it.
Yeah, I'll get back with y'all. Yeah. I said they just took our raided our house and took our guns and all that shit. So, yeah.
Okay. The raids occur.
Then I gave a beating. That was stupid as hell. For the South Side, we gave a beating and all them motherfuckers told everything.
Well, that's when everybody in the whole hood started, you guys.
Yeah, man. I shouldn't have did that. That was the fucked up move I ever made.
At some point, you reach out again for Zip, or how do you try to get paid?
I kept calling his ass. And, the next time we seen him was, where was his ass at?
Was he avoiding you?
Yeah.
He was leaving him on red.
Roxbury.
Yeah. On purpose? You ran into him, or you guys had a call?
We had a meeting.
Who set that up?
I did.
So you called Zip, you finally got a hold of him, you tell him I love
He
you.
said I'm back out here to meet me at Roxbury. That club on Sunset.
Yeah.
And so he tells you that Puffy hasn't paid him yet, right?
Yeah.
All right. And what do you tell him? That
What's up?
what the fuck? I need money.
Yeah. We need money, but
All you said was, "What's up?"
All that shit. We need some money.
And you want
We both got millions and more than, you know.
and your business shut down, you wasn't doing no business, nothing.
Y'all ran like a lumpy and out of town, man.
Keefe D's talking about his drug business, and he's telling the cops, y'all ran my connect out of town with all these like cocaine task force or whatever. That's funny. So yeah, I needed the money.
We did. We should have did that shit. We shouldn't even met Puppy. We should have just stayed rolling, man. You know, y'all was on my ass since '90.
We shouldn't have even met Puffy. Y'all have been on my ass since 1993.
Y'all was on my ass since '93, though.
Gave us a good run.
Yeah.
Okay. So you at what point do you lose touch with Zip when you just realize you're not going to get paid? At some point you realize.
Once y'all got on our ass, man, that watch shit. I was on our ass, man.
Okay. So 96 comes and goes, 97, then you end up you pick up that case.
97. Man, y'all after that shit happened, we couldn't breathe. You know that. Y'all put the heat on our ass like a motherfucker.
We couldn't breathe because y'all put your teeth on our ass. He's talking about 97, his federal case over the wiretap.
So you end up going to prison.
Yeah.
Since you've been out of prison, have you talked to Zip?
Not one time.
And then what about Puffy?
Not one time.
We are done with one of two of the audio interviews of Keefe D on day 4 of the Tupac murder trial. We heard Keefe D talk a lot about a lot of things. But the point of that interview is to hear Keefe D, in his own words, talk about the shooting of Tupac, talk about what his role was, talking about who he got the gun from, the conversations that were had with Sean, Puffy, P. Diddy, Combs leading up to it. And then we heard about conversations afterwards. The connect between Keefe D and Combs was Zip. And Keefe D in this interview kept talking about how Zip was getting his phone blown up by Puffy and Faith Evans. And they were saying, that us, when the news started to get out that Tupac was shot. That us. Did we do that? Keefe D said he heard Zip telling them, that's us. But he also spoke to Sean Combs that night. Now, are we going to see anything come from that? No, I don't think there's any other evidence to connect Sean Combs back to this. We knew that the feds were interested in putting together a RICO case on Bad Boy during this time in the mid 2000s. And they didn't. Nothing went forward. If they could have, I think at the time they would have. But they couldn't and they didn't. And they're going to run into some problems if they try to do that now because there's nothing new. There's nothing new. All of these things they've had since 2008, 2009. So they needed to do that then. And when the feds finally did put a case together on Puffy, it was not related to this at all, but they had all this information and didn't bring it in. So you hear Keefe D go through some of the people that did him wrong and why Kading told him to hire a different lawyer. We heard a bunch about that yesterday in cross-examination with retired Detective Dupree. And Dupree's like, I didn't have anything to do with that. Kading did. In that interview, Kading's like, I think your lawyer's shady. I don't think that's the lawyer you should be using. I don't think that lawyer's ethical. I don't like what that lawyer did with Orlando Anderson, Baby Lane, Keffe D's nephew, who Keffe D says shot Tupac. I don't like what the lawyer did with that. Because remember, Baby Lane Anderson took a $60,000 or whatever settlement and then went and testified at Suge Knight's probation revocation hearing and said, Suge was just trying to help. He wasn't stomping on me when I was getting jumped. He was trying to help. He was trying to smooth it all over. And law enforcement seems to think that the lawyer put up that witness unethically, knowing he was going to lie, to take $60,000. And he said that lawyer's working with people who've already flipped on you, who've already dropped a dime on you. Because remember, this is all coming in the context early on of them putting together drug cases and trying to keep working up the chain. Keefe D was one of the people at the top of those chains. So as they were working those drug cases, people kept flipping on Keefe D. And he was insinuating very strongly, and some of those people are working with your lawyer. He's their lawyer too. So he's taking one client in to rat on another client. And that is an ethical issue. Wild stuff. But is it anything that was really unknown? Not really. This is stuff we've heard Keefe D talk about in subsequent interviews. This is stuff that's come out in Greg Kading's books, subsequent TV series, miniseries, whatever. But it's what this jury is hearing in Keefe D's own words. I was there. This is what I did. This is who I got the gun from. This is where we went. This is why I got out of the van with those fools, got into the car, into the white Cadillac with them. This is where we went. This is what happened with the shooting. This is where we partied afterwards. We left the car and then we left the next morning and went back to LA. But what did they do after the shooting of Tupac? They went and partied. Per Keefe D. So, what else is the prosecution going to bring in? I guess we'll see. But they've brought in a lot of Keefe D's own words, saying, I was there. This was my role in it. This is what I did. And this is why I did it. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode and don't want to miss updates on your favorite cases, you're going to need the Law Nerd app at lawnerd.app.com. That way you can stay in the loop on the cases that matter most to you, and you never know when you're going to catch feelings for a new case. So make sure you get it for free on iOS and Android. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a Law Nerd.